Once upon a time, there was a mouse who lived in the glen, and the glen itself was a place of such quiet beauty that even the clouds would tiptoe past so as not to disturb it. But one day, oh yes, one day, the clouds decided they had something to say, and this is how it happened. It was a day like no other. Mouse, who was very small and very particular, stepped outside and sniffed the air with a tiny twitch of the nose. "What's this?" said Mouse, looking up at the sky with wide eyes. The clouds seemed to be having a quarrel. Now you must know, best beloved, that the clouds were usually very well behaved. They floated here and there, minding their own business, and never caused much of a fuss. But on this day, the clouds were dressed in dark, gloomy clothes, thick, heavy cloaks of grey and deep purple. They looked down upon the glen with furrowed brows, for they had gathered for a very important discussion. "Why must I always be the one to carry the rain?" grumbled the largest cloud, a great puffed-up fellow who wore the most enormous grey coat you ever did see. "It's always me. Pour here, drop there, rain, 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 while you lot just float about without a care in the sky." "We do care," retorted a smaller, fluffier cloud who was adorned in a light silvery frock, dainty and delicate, much like a summer mist. "It's just that you do it so well, dear. And besides, you're the only one big enough to carry the proper storm." At this, the largest cloud huffed and puffed, shaking out his enormous sleeves, and a great torrent of rain began to fall. Oh, how it fell! It splashed and splattered and gurgled in the streams, and poor Mouse, watching from beneath a toadstool, could hardly believe the fuss they were making. "Excuse me," squeaked Mouse, for even the tiniest of creatures can speak up when they must. "Why are you so upset, Mr. Cloud?" "The rain is rather important, you know." "Humph," grumbled the largest cloud, tipping his hat so that a little more rain dribbled down. "Important, yes, but it's such hard work, Mouse. No one ever thanks a cloud. They just wait for the storm to end and forget all about the trouble we've been through." Mouse thought about this for a moment, for Mouse was very thoughtful, as all mice should be. "I see," said Mouse, nodding slowly. "But perhaps you do not know what happens after the rain." At this the clouds, all of them, leaned in a little closer. The largest cloud stopped his grumbling long enough to listen, for he was secretly quite curious, though he would never admit it. "What do you mean after the rain?" he asked, suspiciously adjusting his great grey coat. "Well," said Mouse, "after the rain, the glen looks more beautiful than ever. The flowers stand taller, and the leaves on the trees shine like emeralds. The river sings more sweetly, and the whole world feels clean and fresh. It's because of you, Mr. Cloud." The clouds blinked in surprise, for no one had ever told them this before. The largest cloud looked down at his great, heavy sleeves and wondered if it was true. "Really," he said, a little more softly now, "I had no idea." "Oh yes," said Mouse with a wise little nod. "Without your rain, the glen wouldn't be the same at all. You see, the rain isn't something to complain about, it's something to be proud of." The clouds, hearing this, began to murmur amongst themselves, and a few of them even blushed a little, turning pink around the edges. The largest cloud cleared his throat, which made a few raindrops fall, but they were soft and gentle this time. "Well then," said the largest cloud, "perhaps I've been looking at it all wrong. If the rain makes the glen so lovely, then perhaps I don't mind so much after all." With that, the clouds straightened their cloaks and gowns, and the rain began to ease, as if the storm had come to a quiet understanding. The sun, who had been waiting very patiently behind the clouds, peeped out and smiled. Mouse smiled too and said, "You see?" Storms always pass, and when they do, everything is more beautiful. The clouds, now quite pleased with themselves, nodded in agreement, and from that day on, best beloved, the clouds never argued about the rain again. They wore their stormy clothes with pride, knowing that they played an important part in making the Glen the most beautiful place in the world. And that, my dear, is how the Glen learned to love the storms, all thanks to a very small and thoughtful mouse. And now you know. Thank you, dear heart, for visiting the Glen today. Truly, it means more than you know. Every time you stop by, it's as if another lantern is lit among the trees, and the whole Glen glows a little warmer for your presence. You're part of what keeps this small world alive and filled with wonder. I hope, wherever you are, something kind finds you today. A moment of stillness, a soft light, or a little reminder that you belong to gentle things. And whichever day feels like comfort to your soul, rainy, golden, or snow bright, may it wrap around you softly, with love always, from all of us in the Glen, where the rain makes everything beautiful, the tea is always warm, and the little mouse is watching the clouds with a smile, thinking of you. If you'd like to wander back again someday, there will always be a place waiting for you, beneath the trees, by the fire, or among the quiet voices of the clouds. Until then, may your heart stay warm, your tea stay sweet, and your dreams be kind.